Hello guys, in this video I am going to teach you how to work efficiently with AutoCAD. AutoCAD is used to draw 2D drawings and basically dimension drawing, and there are shortcuts to work with AutoCAD. So I'm gonna tell you how to work efficiently with AutoCAD. Okay, let's get started. So this is our AutoCAD window. When we open AutoCAD, it appears like this, and here it is the quick access bar at the top, and at the and below the quick access bar there is a ribbon. It is called ribbon, and ribbon has different tabs, and on clicking a tab we get a specific tool to that tab. Okay, and here also this is called application options. Okay, here new, save, open, etc. options are there, and here it is called command line window. This is very important, command line window. We type command here, and at the bottom it is like status bar. We call it status bar. Here it is model space or paper space, layout space, and model space and layout too we can select, and here is like different kinds of like draw display grid on or off. We can toggle snap mode on or off, and then it is dynamic input on or off, and this is orthogonal on or off. You can track my cursor. Okay, pointer you can, and this is polar tracking on or off, and here O snaps on or off, and so on. There are many options here, and sometimes it is easy to use the shortcuts to do some kinds of toggling between the drawing. Suppose if I want to toggle the orthogonal mode, then I can use ctrl+L. If I press Ctrl and then L, I can toggle ortho mode on or off. And similarly for the dynamic inputs, I can do ctrl+D and ctrl+D, and it should work. But also we can use function keys like F8, F12. Okay, so here these things can be done by using the mouse or by using the shortcuts. Okay, and now I am going to draw a line here, and before drawing the line I will set up the unit, and then I will set up the limit area. Okay, so to set up the units I will type UN in the command line window and then hit enter. A pop-up window of drawing units appears like this, and then I keep the units as decimal because I will use the decimal points, and I am not using feet and inches, so I want to use architectural or engineering drawings, and I am not using scientific notation, so decimal is good. But I will change the precision to 2 decimal points, not 4. And here the unit is inches, so I will change it to millimeter. And for the angle I like 1 decimal point here as well, and then I will click OK. So the units is selected. Now I want to limit the space, right? So to limit the space I will hit enter, type limit, and it asks 2 corners. One is left lower corner, and the other is top right corner of the limit area. So I need 0 0. I am good with 0 0 as origin. Lower limits, and the for top right corner I will use 60, 40. So my area of drawing will be from origin to 60,40, right? It will be a rectangle. It is now set up, and then I will use zoom extent so that I can see the drawing area clearly. Okay, so now I will draw a horizontal line. To draw a horizontal line, I can click on line command here on the in ribbon, and also I can type L here in command line window, hit enter, and in both ways it asks me to specify the first point. And first point, I can give the first point by clicking anywhere in the drawing area, or I can also use the command line window to enter the unit area, right? So I will first of all I will toggle the dynamic input off, because dynamic input takes the relative coordinate system, but I am using the absolute coordinate system for this drawing. So first of all I will toggle it by using function 8, function 12, F12 key, and you see it is toggled. Now I don't see dynamic inputs. Now I can put the point by using the command line window. Okay, so it has the first point. First point will be I will give first point like 5,4, or I can say 5,0 is my first point. Okay, and then I want the length of this one is 20 units. Okay, and the line should be horizontal, so there will be no change in y, so it will be 20 plus 5, 25, comma 0. 25, comma 0 is the our second point. And now I want to make a rectangle of width 20 and height 30 units. So y should be 30, but x would be remain from the last point because I want a vertical line. So I will type 25, comma 30. Okay, and so that it goes line goes to the it is gives us a vertical line of height 30 units. Okay, and now I want to go left by 20 units, and from if I subtract 20 from 25 I get 5, so I will type 5, comma 30 to get the line, horizontal line, right? And now I can close this triangle, close this rectangle by typing C, or by clicking here as well, but I can use C for ease of for easy uh, ease, you can say. So here I have generated a rectangle, and its width is uh, 20 units, 20 mm, and height is 30 mm, because our units are in mm, so it is 20 mm by 30 mm rectangles. And I use absolute coordinate system to draw it, because if I know the coordinates of endpoints from a drawing of any geometry or shape, then it is very easy to draw using absolute coordinate system. But sometimes we don't know the coordinates of every point of drawing, so it is better to use other coordinate system, which is known as a relative coordinate system. And in relative coordinate system, the origin is not the reference always, but the last point of drawing is used as the reference point, right? So let us do it let us do let us so let us do this rectangle again of width 20 and height 30 using the relative coordinate system, right? And to use the relative coordinate system when the dynamic input is off, we use at command before typing the coordinate, right? uh, it should be noted that we have to reference the last point as the origin, and from that we have to identify x and y values, right? And then put it by placing at before the coordinates, and we draw a line. Okay, now again I will type L in command window to start the line. So, or I can click here L line, and it asks the first point. So it asks to specify first point. I can specify first point as uh, 35, 30, or I can say 30 comma 30 comma 0. This is our first point, and from 30 comma 0 I want to move 20 units right. Okay, and there will be no movement up or down, so y coordinate will be the same, but we have to take the relative coordinate system, so there will be no change in y, but there will be change in x direction. In positive x, right is positive and left movement is negative, up movement is positive and down movement is negative. So I will type next point as 20 because we are moving 20 units right, and the y change will be 0. Okay, so here I will type 20 comma 0, right? So it will give you a line like this. Okay, now I want to move up 20 units 30 units up. To move 30 units up, this point, last point, becomes 0 0. This becomes 0 0 origin, and from here I have to move up. So I will not go left or right from this last point, but I will go up 30 units. So I will type at, and then I will use 0 comma 30, and from that point, last point, this one, I need to move 20 units left and 0 units up or down. So I will type this negative 20 comma 0, and then I can type C to close this. So I draw a same rectangle using the relative coordinate system, and this happens when the dynamic input is off. If the dynamic input is on, then dynamic input is generally takes the relative coordinate system. So similarly we can draw a rectangle using the dynamic inputs. Okay, so I can use functions F12 to on the dynamic input, and now if I type L in command window, so there will be some inputs here with the crosshair, and it takes the value as a relative coordinate system. In relative coordinate system, I will specify the first point as I can say here it was last point was the 30 plus 20 50, so I will take like 60 comma 0 as our first point. Okay, and the second point, to move 20 units right and 0 units up or down, I will type 20 comma 0. And then to move 30 units up, here it is to be noticed that I have not to type at before the coordinates, because in dynamic input it considers the relative coordinate system already, so we don't have to type at the rate before every coordinates, right? Now I want to move up by 30 units and 0 movement in x direction, so I will type 0 comma 30. And now I want to move my line towards left 20 units and 0 up or down, so I will type like negative 20 comma 0, right? And then I can type C to close the rectangle. So here I also drew a rectangle but using dynamic inputs. There is also a fourth option to draw a line, uh, which is called the polar tracking, right? Using the polar tracking, here you can see it is polar tracking. Here we have to specify the distance and the angle of the line. If we know the angle of line and the length of the line, then it is easy to use the polar coordinates, polar tracking, right, to draw a line in the AutoCAD. So, and this can be turned on or off using some shortcuts. You can find some shortcuts in manual. So I will give the first point again. Let me give you first point here. Okay, and then I want to move 20 units in horizontal direction, so the angle will be 0. So 20 comma angle will be 0 degree, and I will hit enter. So it draws a line 20 units long, 20 mm long, but at 0 angle. Now I want to move the line. I want to create a line which is vertical 90 degree to the horizontal line, and so and 30 units 30 mm high, so I will type 30 at 90 degree. So it draws line like this. But to get the angle input, I need to use the tab, not comma. If I use the tab, then I can enter the uh, I can enter the angle. Okay, so I will use 30 tab 90, and then I hit enter, so I get the same 30 mm high line. Now I want to uh, draw a line which is 180 degree at the angle, but 20 units left, right? So I will type 20 and then 180, so it will generate a left side line. Okay, and then I type C to close the triangle rectangle. So here I have created these 4 rectangles by using 4 different strategies. In first one, I use the dynamic input, absolute coordinate system. No dynamic input was off. In the second one, I use the relative coordinate system. Dynamic input was off. And this one is also relative coordinate system. Here the dynamic input is on, and here also dynamic input is on, but using the polar coordinates by using tab. I hope this video might be helpful to you, and in the next video I will tell you some more tips to draw lines and circles in AutoCAD. Thank you.